Sacred code is supernatural and cosmic. It bridges starseed origins, galactic contact, and remembrance. DNA activation, soul memory, psychic development, intuition, timeline shifting, and manifestation, ancient wisdom, modern consciousness, and real world embodiment. It's where the supernatural becomes natural again. It's not fantasy, not an escape, but as a powerful tool to be used, as a powerful truth to be understood. The reason you are called here is not because you're here to follow, you're here to remember who you are. Your soul carries the code. This space simply helps you unlock them safely, clearly, and powerfully. You're not broken, and you're not late. You're not imagining it, you're remembering. Welcome to the Sacred Code.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Deb. Fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm so excited. You and I were talking right before the show. And of course, officially spring is here. Michigan is kind of lagging behind. But, it's awesome because all of our stuff is starting back up.
Yes.
Events have started, and I get to see you in a couple of weeks at Potographs for Pooches right here in Houghton Lake at the Lakeside Resort.
Yes.
And I'm really, really excited for that one. And then in a month, at the end of May, we'll be at Truth Seekers Retreat.
Yeah.
In Curtis, Michigan. Yeah. And then onward from there. So
it just keeps on rolling. Just keeps on rolling down the hill.
And we're getting closer to our very first Ascension Con.
We are.
I mean, talk about excited.
August 15th.
Yeah, I'm so geeked about that.
And the Charlton Park in Hastings is just so beautiful. And it's going to be unique and it's going to be special.
Mm-hmm. It is. And it's nice because, you can feel kind of the sacredness when you walk into that park.
Yes,
the history and it just has that beautiful higher vibrational energy about it. It's perfect for this event. You did really, really, really good.
No, it's just nostalgic. I think you said it best when we walked through there, that it does. It reminds you of places like Mackinac City, where it's just the old buildings and just the calm feeling, the water's flowing. It's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so, it's a big, important part of Ascension. And we got something a little bit different. We're going to do something different than we normally do. That's the right way to say it. As long as I can speak my words right. So it was the other day, and I was doing just the past life regression. And we were at the very, very end of the regression. And I asked a simple question that she wanted to ask. She was curious about why she has so many sinus infections. Why does she have so many issues there? And like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like ET starts coming through. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know we were playing this game today, so I'm putting on a different hat now, because then I was all in right there. I was like, oh, you got my interest. So as soon as these beings started coming through and they were talking, it was Deb written all over it. And and that was the biggest thing I kept on getting was this is Deb's message. She needs to hear this. And so that's why we're playing it. Actually, it's for Deb, and it's for all of us to comment on, but it's just so super cool. It's really cool when you're doing something like that. You're not expecting anything, right? You're just doing a past life regression. Then all of a sudden you get this whole new world that comes through. And you know,
Right.
specifically it's because it has a message, not just
Mhm.
for the people in the room, right? But for everybody. And that just gave me chills. And I've been excited ever since the regression because I knew we were going to share it today.
Well,
So,
I'm excited. I have not heard any of it. Now, you told me that we were going to do this and just told me kind of about the regression itself and basically what you've told everybody else. So that's all I know. So I'm like super excited to find out what these clips have to offer.
all right. So are you ready for the first one?
Oh boy, am I ever.
All right. Give me 1 second to make sure I can do this right.
Okay.
Having in her head. What can you tell me about that?
It's a marker.
A marker from what?
Tracker.
What's the tracker for?
Keeping an eye on her.
Who's keeping an eye on her?
The others.
Who are the others?
The ones in the suits. The ones up there.
Describe what they look like for me.
Ants.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Like ants, something like that.
They look like ants?
Like bugs, ants, like ant, like mantis.
And why are they watching her?
They always have.
Why do they watch her?
They have always watched her. They just she's different than the others. And
Do they make contact with her?
yes, they have.
Yes and no?
Yes, they have.
They have.
Yes.
How often do they make contact?
I really don't know. I know they did when younger years, and I feel
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I got goosebumps all the way down. So the others. Now, how many times have we heard that without
So many.
knowing?
So many. And that is what blew my mind. As soon as she said that, I'm like, oh, so you're back again, are you? Here to give me non-answers again, are you? And so, like, when it started coming out, it was just the craziest thing. Craziest thing.
Right. Well, I mean, you've had people use the term the others, and you have gotten the others. But did you know it was Mantis?
I know. For me, my impression of the others with all the work that I've done with people, I really just felt like they were just pure light, light beings, not like extraterrestrial, just pure light. So that gives me a different perspective and a different thought process of maybe what kind of light energy this kind of species is, to be honest. Because that wasn't my perception on what they were when other people I've worked with have talked about the others.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because, the mantis beings or insectoids or whatever you want to call them, I guess because they look like a praying mantis, they're thought to kind of live in the void.
Mm-hmm.
And we get that often as well. So, are they really extraterrestrial? Are they interdimensional? We know, well, I know in my heart that they are a type of light being, because when I have communication with them, at first I was really shocked, not really afraid, but I think more curious, because for me anyways, they will never get real close. And of course it's a known thing that they talk to you telepathically. So every time they've shown up for me, I have this weird, I want them to get closer. I want to know more about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other people who are terrified of them. And I can't help but wonder if it's a misunderstanding. I don't know.
And it could be. It could be that same scenario too, like we talked about before, right? That just like humans, there's good and bad animals. There's good animals and there's ornery animals. So it could be the very same thing where if somebody feels like they've had a negative experience and have that feeling, it could have been just negative entities that they were dealing with.
Right. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I'm just mind blown with this one, because the whole, it's like pieces coming together, the others.
Uh-huh. Well, that's why it was so exciting for me. And there's a couple of people on that I know have heard that throughout the years when the others have come through, and they would never give any answers. I believe, to be honest, it was almost the last time they came through would have been the February of last year, when we did the one regression where you guys thought that my voice changed. That's when the others came in. And you remember they laughed at me. They laughed because I asked where they're from, and they laughed and said, "You always ask us that." And I'm like, "Yeah, because you never tell me."
Right.
So it's just, I got all excited. I was just like, whoa, I didn't even have to ask that time. I didn't even have to work for it. They just gave me the cookie.
Right. Well, it sounds like they're talking more about who they are, not where they're from. Because where they're from,
probably nowhere.
I think is what we know as the void.
Well,
right. So if you're asking where are you from, how are they going to answer that?
Very true. So
everywhere.
Like, to you, and I'm just saying this for the audience, because everybody, again, we all have different views of what things are. For you, like, what is the void?
For me, the void is the vast universe where everything and nothing exists.
Okay.
It's more like a portal, or it's hard to explain, but that's in my mind when I hear the void, or even light beings. That's where I see them from, is this like everywhere but nowhere type of dimension.
Now, so for me, the void, the void comes to me strongly because of like chaos magic, right? So the ancient Egyptians felt that everything was created from the void. The void to them was where that was creation. The void is source. And so like when I do my spiritual work, I always go to the void. And the void is 0 point. It's seeing yourself completely suspended from the crown and the bottom, completely connected. And so when I think of the void, that's what I think of is, when I was doing all that research, the primordial void, building things out of chaos. That's why I love organized chaos. Like, that's my thing, right? And that's because we're manifestors. That's my take on the void.
Right.
But it comes from a little bit of a different perspective, I think.
Right. It's basically the same, but explained differently. When we meditate and go into light body, that's also what I see. And I see the suspension from the crown chakra. So, as my friend Mary would say, you just can't make this shit up.
No, you just can't. You really can't. That's why I get all excited, like I'm like 12, because
right.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't make up the next clips that I'm going to play in connection with the shows that we've aired over the last couple of years, and in connection with everything that's happening and going on right now, and in connection with the truth this whole time that you have held, right? Like, you cannot make this shit up.
Right.
No.
Right.
Isn't it fun, Deb, to be able to just say, I was right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good because, as we know, and it's funny. I want to put. Is it okay if I put Lee's comment up here real quick? Dana, poor Dana, who's on Voices of Contact with us, has a really hard time with the Mantis beings. No, she does not want them closer to her, Lee. I am sure of it. But I think that I hope she tunes into this, because overall, I believe they're very high vibrational beings that are here. They have a huge part in our ascension.
I think so. For me, I was kind of on the fence either way. You know me, I'm always kind of neutral territory until I don't care either way until I have my own validation, right? And
Right.
I think this is really good validation that they are working in our favor. So you ready? Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. So this one is about, more about the contact, but how they're trying to help the planet.
They're good. They're doing good things. They're helping. They're infiltrating.
So they're helping you?
They're helping. They're helping everyone. They're infiltrating.
Well, I thank them for that, for the help.
Yes, they're good.
Do they have any messages?
Or the
others.
The others?
Yeah. Do the others have any messages?
Well, they're for you. They're thanking you for what you're doing. They are not to worry. They're the good guys, they said. They're the good guys. They got the white hats.
They got the white hats. They have
They got the white hats.
Funny.
Even though they're bald and they don't have hair. But they're I see like good energy, like the energy source is food. It's like rainbows. It's the food. It's the they feed on energy source. They don't eat fruit and vegetables and meat, whatever they eat. Energy source in it's the more positive the energy sources, the more healthier they are and the more they thrive, because we need to put out more positive energy so that it gives them the nutrients they need to do their work. And we're working on the humanity, so they can understand how to love one another and stop being so cruel to one another and to the planet before it's too late, which it's not going to be. It's going to be okay.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. You know, the fact that they feed on a higher vibrational, a positive energy, free energy, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference between like archons and these types of beings, the others, is they want us to be positive. They want harmony. They want love, even though, you know, it's been said, and I don't know that they don't really have emotions. I really don't know. But if they do, they're positive ones. They, you know, when I've had contact, they seem kind of business-like, but I feel a love that's different, if that makes any sense.
That is so intriguing. You know, and
Yes.
it could be the simple fact of the realization, you know, why we haven't had disclosure before, right? Is because reality is we're a warring nation. And if something like that happened, it would be our instinct to go to battle and go to war. And
Right.
it's probably one of the same reasons why they would stay so far back.
Mhm.
Because they need us, you know, we need to be a certain frequency. And that's why
Right.
it's so important to pass on the love and light. Because if the light workers can hold the love and light, then they spread it to everybody else.
Right. Right. But isn't it a wonderful idea that everybody could have that? Because they
Mhm.
can.
They can.
truly can. And, you know, then we can all feed off that free energy, the higher vibrational positive energy.
No?
Then I could lose some weight. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, the whole time she was talking, Sylvia said goosebumps, and I'm sitting here covered in goosebumps, thinking
Yeah.
this is, you know, she's saying the things that we know, but we don't have concrete proof of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, you know, little validation. If we're all getting that same message, how can it be wrong?
You see, and that's the thing is, you know, the story in itself, yeah, it's a little different, but the message, like you just said, it's no different than the 50 other ones that we've done and listened to of people who don't even know each other and are saying the same exact thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just in different ways, different species, different style, different experience, but it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love, it does my heart good to hear the end of it where, you know, everything is going to be okay. Because it's really hard right now. You know, I know for me, I'm going to assume everybody else, but for me, it's hard to keep in that mindset that everything is going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, the only thing that's keeping me grounded is, you know, our messages from a couple of weeks ago, Deb, you know, where we were assured that it's all going to be okay. It's going to feel like it's touch and go, but it's going to be okay. So, you know, when I regress somebody who I don't know them, and it's the first time I've ever regressed them, and they're saying the same things we were saying,
Right.
that's validation.
Yeah.
I think this is just a very spiritual and, you know, powerful regression
Mm-hmm.
for its message.
Right. Especially, you know, when and knowing your intent going into this, and her intent was just doing past life regression.
Yeah, that's it.
And then all of this comes out, not planned. Now it's just, you went deep enough and far enough into the subconscious that truth comes out.
That's
So,
so cool.
how shocked was she?
She was very nonchalant. So I think her having experiences weren't anything new. She's like, yeah, she goes, I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to channel all the time. And so like, she wasn't shocked that it happened. It just wasn't like, it wasn't the intention.
Right.
That was, so it was just the way it came out, I guess. It was a message. It was a message that people are supposed to hear.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Thank you, Liz.
Yes,
I agree. And it's, on a worldly level, it's hard to be there. It really is hard to believe that. On a spiritual level, we know there's the spiritual warfare going on, but it's raising in vibration to combat the other. So we're getting there, people, and it's nice to see other people are feeling the same way.
yeah.
It's going to be okay. Thank goodness. So do we have more clips on this? I'm just so excited.
I'm going to see if I can do it the right way this time so the picture comes up. I don't know what happened last time, but we'll try it again. If not, everybody can just stare at our faces again. So you're welcome. You're welcome ahead of time. All right, give me a second.
Okay.
In order to thrive. And what's going on in the media now is they're trying to keep everybody negative, to keep the energy source poor quality, to keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. So that's the media and the people, I'm going to call them Illuminati. That's their goal, is to keep everybody suppressed, keep everybody down and fighting. And it keeps the food source. So that is the key, is why they're doing this, is they're keeping the energy source to try to keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. And we have abundant supplies from our mother source that we can battle this. And it's going to be okay. It's just, there are a bunch of dummies in there thinking they're going to. They brought in the big idiot that'll do just anything to win. And this is a last desperate hope, and they'll try anything. But we are strong and healthy. And as the negative side keeps pushing, then the people are waking up. They're starting to see that as they suffer enough, they are beginning to see what's happening, and they're waking up. And they are not going to win.
Wow. That photo is absolutely beautiful. And I can tell you, in my experience, when I see them, they're not that pretty.
But they're so pretty there.
They are pretty there. But they know they look a lot different than us. And they've even commented that they don't get close because they don't want to scare anybody. So I just wanted to bring that up. Pretty powerful.
It isn't it?
Yeah. Holy cow. I mean, I feel like we can just keep saying the same thing over and over. All of what she's saying are things that have been said around the world in regressions. But it's not like publicly said.
Mm-hmm.
So, I find it interesting that in different ways, a lot of the same things come up for different people in different areas during regression.
It is very true. And, the fact that it coincides with a lot of what we've been talking about, but what you've been talking about for the last couple of years. Like, we have been in spiritual warfare, and you have been saying that the Mantis are there to help us and to feed us their light, that they're there to get us to evolve enough so that we can elevate and not be a part of this kind of vibration anymore. And we are all so much closer to that than people even realize.
Mm-hmm.
We've already started the process, right? This is the year of the becoming. This is where we are dissolving all of our old narratives, all the old little pieces of ourself that no longer exist. We just tend to hold on to them because they make us feel comfortable. So the more you do that, right, the harder that Band-Aid is going to rip off, because we're evolving whether we want to or not, and it's going to happen fast. Right. We are all going to experience an evolution in our gifts in some shape or form this year that will blow our minds. Why? Because we are meant to telepathically communicate. We're meant to be able to reach to people and to connect with their frequencies and their energies without having to go anywhere. That has supposed to have been normal this whole time.
Right.
We just forgot. So that's what ascension is. It's remembering, and that's what they talk about. That's where they're helping to lead us, is what I'm picking up on, and what I'm getting from the message, because that message alone, again, was the same things that we've been saying for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's too much of a validation for us not to listen to that message. And exactly. I think that's why it was important, for us to share it. Yeah. Because these are your people. These are your people that they belong to you.
The others.
The others, I
love them.
I don't know who they come from.
Well, it's weird. And I've heard Michael Carter say kind of the same thing. Once you really connect with them, and I didn't ask for them, they just started coming to me, about 10 years ago. But it's almost like an addictive. You would think it would scare the crap out of you. But if you don't see them for a while, you want them. You're calling for them, because their energy is just so healing. And you just have this knowing that things are going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Not just for me, but for our planet, for our universe, for all of the beings everywhere. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. As humans, we do have different options, free will, all of that. And some people are sitting back going, oh, no. They're evil. This is wrong. But if you take your brain out of it for a minute and really just sit and breathe with it and feel it, it's right. If that makes any sense.
You can't make it up.
No, you can't. And I love what you said, Mary, because it's all about remembering. We're not ascending to something new. We are going to be who we truly are
Yes, I'm so
in
excited. I
this
can't take it.
universe.
So
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. It's all about remembering. Oh wow. Yeah, this is fantastic. And I'm, if others have context or comments, please feel free to send them to us. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear it.
Especially
and
if
I
they've
wanna
had
say
their
hi to
own
everybody.
experience, because we know several people. We've done several regressions where the mantis has come through and they're completely there helping.
Right.
So I'm very interested to see if there's actually more, mantis type experiencers out there that
Mhm.
you have that different take, have that take like yours that, no, I don't think they're out there to harm,
Right.
It
Yeah.
just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover.
Hmm. Right. And, they're not a being that, even though they've been here for thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, it was never like, oh, I wonder what a mantis being is like, or, until they started showing themselves. So it's not like something that I manifested on my own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They knew it was time. So they're going to do that that's an interesting thought, with other people as well. They're just going to show up because you're ready for that. What if they come from within us, like source energy? That
I think
is a possibility.
yeah.
I mean, we don't know.
I think from my take so far, and it's very little, through that regression, you could feel like when you're a medium or you're doing psychic work, you can feel what you're connecting with. If it's heavy, that person's energy is heavy, right? If the spirit's energy is heavy, if it's light, when you're connecting, you can feel how light it is. Yeah. It's like light. They're saying light as a feather, stiff as a board. But it does feel, you can tell the difference. So yeah, I think they're definitely part of our source energy.
Yeah. There's so many. I mean, we'll know when it's really time to know. But at this point, I think this is important because eliminating fear is huge. Because fear is, I've said it millions of times, it's the opposite of love. It is. Love is the highest vibrational emotion that we have as humans. Fear is the lowest. So, many beings want to keep us, some beings want to keep us in that fearful state because we taste so good and keeps things icky for them. Mantis beings are the opposite. They want that positive, loving energy. So we need to, some people may have had, I can't say they haven't had bad experiences with them. Do they know it was them, or are they guessing it was them? They don't always look the same. Looking at the screen, you would think they all look like that, but I've honestly seen different sizes, different colors. Some are black, some are brown, some are greenish. They vary. Typically, they're right like 6 to 8 feet tall. Sometimes they're a little smaller. So, you can't assume always that you know exactly what it is.
It's so cool. So cool. So, are you ready for this next one?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna introduce it. I'm just gonna play it. All right.
Play it.
Mantis, do you guys work with light workers?
Absolutely.
And can you tell me why you work with light workers?
Because the light workers are bringing in the light, and they're bringing, we are all in the same page. We're all fighting for the same cause. But the light workers bring in the light, which is the energy source that feeds the positive energy of the positive beings.
So here's a question, since I have you guys. So as light workers and healers, as we heal ourselves and heal as many people as we can, then that gives you guys enough energy for success. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
That is correct. We're
Okay.
working together for the same cause. And it's like you're helping provide ammunition or nutrients or however you want to call it. You're supplying the resources that we need to do our part. And the angelic beings, they're spiritual beings that have been around forever, are working too. There's a big battle right now. Magic's happening.
So is it more, it sounds like it's more of like a interdimensional type battle.
Absolutely. There's good and evil fight for the planet. This is a valuable resource. And the Illuminati, the dark ones, are showing how stupid they are. They're just don't have what it's going to take to get what they want. They've gotten away with it for a long time. And the greed and the selfishness, corruption, making women subservient, enslavement. They got away with it for a while because the men were the stronger. And men liked the fact that they could have that power. So they joined in. They thought that was a great deal. And it was about selfishness and lust and all the 7 deadly sins.
Wow. Another powerful one.
Uh-huh.
Very, very powerful. Jeez. I'm sitting here with goosebumps. And it's for so many reasons. But yesterday I had a consult with a woman who was feeling kind of guilty because she's been married to the same man for many years. And, you know, they fell into the role of you do as I say. And she doesn't know why she's suddenly speaking out saying, I'm done doing everything you want me to do, and it's never enough, basically. So we had a talk about exactly what's going on here. It is, you know, the goddess energy is returning. Our soul beings do not have gender. We do not have those opposite roles. We don't have one controlling the other. This is a very human ego thing. It really is. So, you know, that's all happening at the same time. And I've seen more and more women who are saying, you know, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just not, you know, having dinner on the table at 4:30 and the laundry done. And you know what I mean? It's happening. It's more proof that it's all happening. And I do believe that they are a big part of it.
I think it seems to me like they happened for a very long time. whether light workers have recognized what they're connecting with or not connecting with, working with. But it's sure interesting to find out what you can do with the energy.
Mhm.
And you're right that we are starting to remember. And I'll go back to the Mary Magdalene, right? And her gospels. For me, that point represents the epitome of when the divine feminine really started being destroyed, because she was fully represented as somebody she was not. You know, she was basically the second in line to Jesus, right? Like, he's the one that told her all of his most sacred messages. And she was the one that was supposed to spread them out. And as soon as she started to, she got shut down. And when they created the Bible, all the politicians left her out of it, turned her into a prostitute, and she never was.
Right.
She was the divine feminine to his divine masculine. That's what she was.
Right.
And she got ripped out of the storybooks. And when she did, energetically, so did all of we. But now we are starting to remember, and we are starting to come back full force. Not as women trying to take over, but as people and as humans trying to find a way to balance the divine, feminine, and masculine. Because that is the mother, father God, right? That is source. And it's the mother, father God really isn't, two gods. It's a representation of what we are as source.
Yeah.
We're not male or female.
The yin and yang.
Yes.
And they have to have perfect balance. You can't have one, bigger or controlling the other. They're balanced. So two halves of one whole. So, yeah, very well said. I want to put this message up here. They came for me in 2008 when my mental health turned for the worse, but I realized that they came to give me hope. Now I need to conjure their positivity for myself and others again. They're there. They're there. Tap in.
Yeah.
I can say, I love this person. She's amazing. And just go for it. Go for it. And it seems like, I've heard that from other people too with the Mantis, that they kind of show up sometimes when things are really looking down. If your energy gets too low, there they are to pick you back up. So that was nice to hear. Yeah. Wow. And, I don't know if you noticed, Mary, but the colors of all of these that you're playing blend right in with our colors.
That's a good match. That was perfect. You can't make it up.
No, you can't make that up. It's like
Thanks,
it belonged. Right. Kind of funny how that works.
It is.
But
all right, you ready for the very last one?
Oh, I don't know if I like that it's the last one. I'm really, really loving this. But okay. Play more.
What do you need light workers to specifically do for you?
Keep on healing people and talking to people, get the word out. Keep staying positive, even when it's hard. The marches, the No King's March, that kind of thing, those are peaceful. It's just getting the word out, and it does help those that are on the fence to see that, what's going on, really. There's a few of them waking up here and there because of popping like popcorn. And just keep the positive energy going and the light. Just focus on the light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just got to focus on that beam.
And so while I still have you guys, Do you have any parting messages?
Oh, geez, just keep doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive. And thank you. We're all here wanting the same thing.
You can't ask for a better last clip than that. I
Nope.
have to say, it got me a little emotional because, I mean, it's not always easy to stay so positive, but it's easier to be positive. It feels better to be positive than negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, they chose to speak out through this woman because she would share it. And I think also that's why they speak through us or speak to us, is we are a public voice. And, we won't stop. We won't be quiet. And it is all about staying positive. One thing I can say about the marches without, I'm not taking side, I'm not anything here, but they are very peaceful, very loving. It's showing that unity for love and positive growing. I mean, there's millions of people doing this more and more all the time. So it's positivity that's growing. So it's kind of contagious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't be around all of that and be a Debbie Downer, so to speak. So
The more we spread our light, the more it's just going to keep on spreading out to everybody else. And I think,
right.
Those moments when you think about the world and you think about all the devastation of the world, well, we'll ignore the war. We'll talk about the poverty, the people who freeze at night, the people who don't know where they're going to get their food for the next day. And we feel overwhelmed, like, what are we going to do? How could we even tackle this, let alone prevent a full-on scale war, right? But that's the point of remembering, and that's the point of keeping us in fear. They don't want us to remember that we totally had the ability to snuff all of that out. All we have to do is hold the vibration in our bodies and our hearts. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We can let go of the fear. They've got nothing. The more positivity we push, the more light, the more joy, the more tools people can use to free themselves of chains. We're going to win.
Right.
They're not going to win this one.
Yep. And it's spreading.
It is.
And you're right. It's so overwhelming. People that know me know that I worked with the homeless for a long time. And, I just have that big mushy heart that I don't want anyone to be hungry. I don't want anyone to be cold. And it becomes so overwhelming because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
But we all have to remember that it takes one at a time to make things better.
Yeah.
And every moment that you're putting out love and you're doing something, even smiling at somebody, you're helping that problem because it's raising us up.
It's already working.
Right.
It might not feel like on a day-to-day basis, but if you take the time, the next time it's like, over 40 degrees and go outside and just sit with nature, you can feel it. Oh. You can feel everything shifting and clearing out and becoming clean, Yeah.
Yeah, you can. And I'm anxious to get to, a few of the outside places all together, like the True Seekers Retreat and Serpent Mound. We're talking about just making a trip down there.
Yeah.
Just to feel that and to help spread it, because you take it in through your feet and you put it out, you're helping more than you know.
Now the retreat, that's on a huge lake, isn't it?
It
Cabin
is.
all around.
Mhm.
I'm so excited about that. I'm bringing my fishing pole.
Yeah. They have
so
boats.
if you end up you can't find me, I'm probably on the dock somewhere trying to catch a fish, hoping that I catch it soon enough not to kill it. And I'm really going to hope it won't be over 16 inches long, because I'm afraid of big fish. That's a whole nother podcast. So that's a whole nother story.
If you want someone to help you with that, RJ's great at it, and he's a catch and release person. We both love fish. It's crazy, but not killing them. And I know it doesn't make sense, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So we have a few.
What? It's a walleye. I'm keeping it.
Oh, he said if it's a walleye, he's keeping it.
He's keeping it. I don't know about that.
But a few comments I want to put up here. Thank you, Sylvia. You as well. Go forth and spread your light, my friend. She's so light. I just love her to pieces. Love her. And my soul daughter, we love you too. We love you too. Stay strong. Yeah. And Liz is sending love to all. So I just wanted to share those before we end the podcast. It's been great, Mary. I am over the moon with this regression. And part of me just really wants to do it on a bigger scale, like Voices of Contact, or maybe one of our panels or something, to get other people involved with what they're hearing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's a message that really needs to be out more.
It is. This would be a perfect one for a panel at the end of May.
Yes. Oh, okay.
That'd be a good one.
Absolutely.
We could find a way.
We will we'll discuss that.
All right.
I think that could happen. For
good
sure. Deal. Yeah. So I hope everybody's gonna be there. And potographs.
And potographs.
I can't wait. I know. Just a little more than 2 weeks. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tom. Tom says thank you. He's so sweet.
Just
love him too. We have the greatest listeners, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
That's why I look forward to it.
Right. I know we're like close to out of time. Are we out of time?
We are.
All right. Well,
until next week, then.
Yeah. We love you all and take care. Keep your eyes to the skies. Okay. Bye-bye.